Hello, everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of High Stakes, our Vampire the Masquerade Month of Darkness 2-part special. I'm joined by my wonderful, beautiful cast this evening, but before I pass it over to them to introduce themselves, a few things up top. We are in the middle of the Month of Darkness, which is super cool, especially because Renegade just announced free shipping on orders of over $100. So if you want to go and get all your cool vampire books, now's a great time. Not only because you save a little bit of cash on shipping, but also you get my beautiful face on a promotional card for the Vampire the Masquerade Rivals card game, along with the rest of the coterie from the Nightlife, our long-running vampire campaign. And also, just why wouldn't you want to be a vampire? What's wrong with you? Exactly. This is a game set in Miami in 1999. Our players have shown up, Nokia phones in hand, ready to take on everything the night has to offer. It is a game set in the World of Darkness. It is called the World of Darkness for a reason. We are going to be discussing some things here that might make a few of you a little queasy, a little uncomfortable. We as a group have talked about safety tools, and we have some systems in place to help anyone here if they get uncomfy while we're playing. However, you, as the viewer, can't message me in chat, which is kind of stinky. So if you find something that you don't like going on here, if you're getting a little queasy, maybe step away from your computer, go for a little walk, stand outside, get a little sunshine or moonlight on your face, whatever you need, and then come back whenever you feel cozy. Additionally, don't take anything I say as canon. I don't know what I'm talking about. Bottom line, I show up and I run games for Renegade and I love it in the World of Darkness, but that doesn't mean that I entrench myself in every scrap of lore. So please don't put a bounty on my head and turn me over to Jason Carl. Thanks. I appreciate it. I think that's it from me. So without further ado, let's meet our vampires and who they're playing tonight. Let's start with Harley tonight. Who are you? Who you playing?
Hi, my name is Harley Kane, and my pronouns are she, they, and I am playing Billy Chastain, which has nothing to do with the sheriff named Chastain. It just is a very weird, maybe, that I didn't know I had until, anyways, Billy Chastain, her pronouns are she, her, and let's see if you figure out which clan she's in.
Wonderful. D'Angelo, how about you?
Hey everyone, my name is D'Angelo Murillo. My pronouns are he, him. I am a writer, game designer, and so much more. You can find me at all social medias at that underscore D'Angelo. And then the vampire that I'm playing tonight is Domingo Lujan, who is a Ventru, and he may be a cholo, but at the same time he likes geeky stuff and he loves his homies. So yeah,
big Sailor Moon fan.
Big Sailor Moon fan,
yeah. Austin, how about you?
Hey, everybody, my name is Austin Taylor. My pronouns are he, they, she. And tonight I am playing Rain Brooks.
Rain Chastain, maybe?
I was completely left my mind. I was gonna say Rain. I almost said the last name of a friend Wilson. I have. Yeah,
Chastain. We're all Chastains now. This is a family drama.
We all have a birthmark.
Rain's pronouns are she, they. I'm gonna pass it to Josephine. I'll do it.
Hi, I'm Josephine McAdam. I use any pronouns. You can find me online doing stuff and acting. I'm playing Gwen Stafford, who is a Ravnos. They use they, them pronouns. And I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know what to say about Gwen. They'll try to.
They are a treat, is the truth. Probably the kindred here that knows what's best for themselves. Just oh, it's Meetsy, I'm out. And I am your storyteller this evening. My name is Diana Chastain. I'll be leading these kindred through the rest of their adventure. So in case you don't remember where we left off last week, let's do a little bit of a recap. So last week, our displaced coterie were charged with finding and apprehending Chastain, the former Miami sheriff. It seems that he was sort of inexplicably violent towards the Toreador Primogen Angelica. He sort of turned on a dime and attacked her. Your contact, Stanley Cutright, directed you to a ship called the Bird of Paradise, on which the annual Halloween booze cruise was taking place. Aboard, you found various parties taking place. There was sort of like a promotional party, like a congratulatory party and a couple of birthday parties. And then, of course, some smaller groups just enjoying the evening and getting trashed on a boat. By using some powers, we uncovered that several of those other attendees were kindred. And there were a few hostile mortals in the mix as well. The coterie discovered a mysterious Tzimisce guest enjoying the party in their own way, and learned that their target held a fondness for firearms and vaguely resembles John Stamos. Rain made it a point to end the suffering of the man that Tzimisce had been flesh-crafting, perhaps making a lifelong enemy in the process. One mortal recognized Billy for her modeling work and approached her, announcing her to the room, as it were. It was at that moment that a suspicious mortal who'd been eyeing you all for some time drew his pistol and fired. That's where we're going to pick up here. So.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Rain. You are the most gifted with celerity here. So you'll be able to act pretty quickly. What would you like to do?
Did this guy shoot his gun yet, or he's a guy with a gun?
He did. Not at you.
At whomst?
Well, he shot at the one who looks the most threatening, who's dressed up like Sailor Jupiter.
Okay, not at the one
minority.
Not at the one who tipped him off.
No.
Where would I be in relation? Because I was standing with like Billy and the dude. Are they? Would Domingo
you guys
be
are about 10 feet from this guy? And Gwen, because you were doing your hiding in the shadows bit, I'm going to let you determine sort of where in this space you are. There's a lot of little alcoves that you could be hiding in, but the rest of you are sort of out in the open on the floor. And this agent, we'll call him, was leaning against a wall on one of the high top tables about 10 feet from you.
Okay, it is more important to make sure he doesn't keep shooting a gun. I know Domingo's probably okay. Okay. He's just like holding the gun out. I want to go like cut his gun in half.
All right. I'm going to have you roll me your dex.
Yeah, slice up that gun.
And melee.
Do I need a hungry?
You know what? We're going to make this strength and melee because you're literally cutting a gun in half.
Strength and melee. Do I need a hungry?
You are hungry, so you will have a hunger die in that roll, yes.
Okay, so every time
Always.
Anytime you're rolling a dice pool, you'll want to include that hunger die in there.
Yeah, and it'll be a part of your dice pool, not in addition to.
Yeah. Oh, wait. No, say that again.
It'll be a part of your dice pool, not in addition to. So if you have 6 in your dice pool, then one of those 6 is your
hunger die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. I'm letting this game with all of you people.
Yeah.
Took me months to learn that, so it's fine.
This just goes to show that even, like, I really love bringing new players into the world of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's, like, can I cut his gun in half? Heck yes, you can. Mm-hmm. You do you.
Okay. My hunger die is a 10, so.
Okay. I gotta figure out what dice Austin is rolling because
I know.
Honestly.
I send them to us or bless our dice. We'll send you our dice. You just bless them for a service.
A great idea.
Mm-hmm.
7.
7 successes.
Yes.
All right. Tell me what this looks like.
I think it's like literally bullet time. Like I see the bullet and I see it's going towards like firmly towards Domingo, and I'm like, Domingo will be okay, or we will deal with that in a second. And I take one step forward and I reach under my hoodie t-shirt combo and I pull out a fucking sword.
Yeah.
And like the barrel of the gun, I just like clean, like take it off, like right against his knuckles. Like maybe it grazes the knuckles.
Okay.
Like as like we're clearly done here, but like this gun no longer will work.
Spectacular. The other thing about combat in Vampire is everything is kind of going to resolve at the same time. So we're going to go around and pick up everybody's actions, and then I'll tell you how it all plays out. So, but thank you. That paints a picture. Domingo, you also have celerity. So let's hear what you're up to.
Oh boy. First question. How many mortals are in this room, at least that we're aware of?
Like
13.
At least 2.
13.
Between the
13?
conversation pit, yep, there are 13 mortals in here. You know, there are also 2 kindred who were just trying to enjoy themselves on a booze cruise.
We do?
How's everyone reacting to a gunshot having gone off? Like,
I mean, this is in the moment, but if you're paying attention to the other faces, there's one guy who's kind of like covering his head and crouching down. One of the kindred who'd been feeding, sort of like lifts up their head to turn, but they sort of know they've been around the block once or twice. They know what's up. So they don't seem too phased. Everyone else is sort of like mid scream.
right. Okay.
Most people just thought that Rain was dressed up like a character from The Matrix because that's one of the most popular costumes this year. And then all of a sudden, this sword comes out of nowhere. So absolute terror is what's pasted across most people's faces down here.
Love it.
No one else appears to be drawing a firearm.
Okay.
What are we doing, D'Angelo?
So there are 13 people that are probably looking at us. So I probably don't want to do. We'll do toughness. So I will go ahead and do my rouse check.
Okay.
I'm good. I got a 7.
All right.
And then, so I'm going to subtract the fortitude. I guess, like, do I have to roll athletics and dexterity to dodge?
Yes, but we're going to do that after you make your actual move here.
Okay. Perfect.
This is like same time as the bullet's being fired.
Yeah. Then I'm going to rouse my blood, essentially, to harden my skin to an abnormal amount to the point where it can help defend myself.
Okay.
As I just, like, let it happen because I see that there's so many people around, and then just, like, prepared to put on my best acting performance as if I'm a mortal.
Wonderful. You may now roll your dex and athletics to see if you actually get hit or not.
Dex.
Billy.
Yeah, I would like to do Shadow Cloak and try and.
Okay.
Yeah, like, kind of fade into the shadows, maybe? Everyone's distracted by the gun.
I got one success.
Right.
I'll let it.
You had one success?
I'll let it happen.
Spectacular. Yeah, okay, Billy, go ahead and roll me your dex and stealth to see if you can gracefully.
Do I add my bonus for
go ahead
Shadow
and add your
Cloak?
2 dice bonus? Yeah.
You said stealth and
dex.
Okay. Okay. Got 110. Okay, 3 successes.
Okay.
3 successes. And if I fail on my hunger die, do I add a hunger? Or only if I get a 1?
Hold on. Let's see. For Shadow Cloak is a free ability. No.
Okay, awesome.
So a lot of the abilities have a cost, and that cost is usually going to be your rouse check, where you'll roll that hunger die to determine if you get hungrier for using that power or not. But otherwise, it's just included in your dice pool. So no, you do not get hungrier.
Okay, cool.
With 3 successes, we'll resolve that in a second.
Okay.
Gwen, how about you? Where are you, first of all?
Is there a bar nearby?
Yeah, there's the wet bar that's down here.
I'd like to be sitting on the bar.
Okay.
Watching. I would like to use Shimmerstry. Is that how we say this?
Chimera.
I want to use
It's your power. You get to use it. You get to say it however you want. That's
Shimmerstry.
Shimera.
Anyway, I'm going to use that.
Okay.
And you tell me no at any point, but I would like, if this is unfolding here, gunshots, whatever, and we've got all of our crowd here, I would like to have this is a brief illusion, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would love it to be like a neon sign that flashes on above the scene and goes, "Enjoy the show," and glittering lights.
to
just for a
try
moment.
And convince people that perhaps this is something that was planned or just for funsies.
It's a show, yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll me your manipulation, your obfuscate, please.
Oh, and let me do a rouse check first.
Yeah, because I have mesmerize, but I can't mesmerize
failed.
mass.
Guys are lucky. I'm rolling like crap tonight.
I got 3 successes.
Amazing. All right.
I guess, what is this verse? Yeah, they're
it's against their composure and wits.
Okay.
But I did one collective roll for everybody. So
okay,
we'll see
cool.
How this goes. So, as this agent pulls his pistol and pulls the trigger, Rain moves instantaneously. And the next thing that you see is this gleam of silver as the blade slices cleanly through the weapon, sending the barrel and a good amount of skin, honestly, from his knuckles clattering to the floor. Domingo, you will take 2 superficial damage as a bullet flies straight at you. You get the sense that it was aiming for your neck, but you turn just a little and it catches you in the collarbone. And you sort of half turn with this motion as you toughen up and take the blow. And when you turn to the side, you notice that Billy is gone. She's just nowhere to be found now. Instead, what you see about 10 feet in front of you, shedding light on the horrified faces of the other people in this room, is a sign that says, "Enjoy the show." And it's sort of like blinking and pulsing softly. And then you hear a beep. All of you.
Uh-oh.
And footsteps on the upper deck start clamoring towards the stairwell that you all descended to get here. Rain, you have disarmed this man, but it appears that he wasn't here alone. What are you doing?
So explain, you tell me, because I've never fought in this game. If I try and talk to him, is that my turn and I have to wait for him to answer?
You can. He'll answer on your turn. I mean, this, like I said, this all happens at exactly the same time. You have a minute before the people that are descending that stairwell are going to be in front of you and able to see you. There are, however, 13 mortal people, a gawk.
Yeah, I mean that's what the hood and shit is for.
Well, that and you're a masquerade breacher. It's well established.
So if I like say something to him, can I respond to his answer?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you one time very clearly. Will you leave with us quietly so we can ask some questions?
He looks at you confused, as if this concept of peace is completely out of reach for him. And you see his hand go towards another pocket.
All right. I want to as hard as I can with the butt, not hilt, the butt of the sword.
The knife butt?
The butt.
Just like hard against like his skull. I want to try and knock him out.
Okay.
I have not seen Welcome to the Show, so.
Yes, dear.
I don't know if this dude bro saw the Shimmer Street, but I guess the other notable aspect is that anyone unprepared with an eyesight loses 2 dice on their next action as well.
Okay. Yeah. Austin, go ahead and roll me your strength and brawl.
Strength and brawl.
To knock him out. Domingo.
Oh boy. All right. So I can clearly hear that there are other people that are sort of coming down the stairs, essentially. Would you say, because I've been in Kindred for a while, that I understand that, hunters usually have a group that they like hunt by, or are they pretty rare?
I would like you to roll me, let's say, intelligence and investigation. And we'll see exactly how much you know about hunters and the way that they behave.
3 successes.
With 3 successes, you know that hunters typically... Thank you, Austin. You know that hunters typically don't act alone, but you also know that hunters are really just like dudes, and wouldn't necessarily have the resources at their disposal to be this organized. That's about all you know about hunters, but you know that he wouldn't be alone.
Oh boy. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and I guess pull out my gun and then train it to the closest entrance as to where I think that the people might be coming through, and just like pointing it and safety off, and then yeah.
So you are preparing for additional company at this point.
If you want to, I could do compose your firearms to prepare or whatever, or just wait until.
I think you know how to prep a gun.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing as you kind of like pull this gun out and trade it on an entrance. You'd think that the people in this room would start screaming louder, but many of them are so distracted by this sign that appeared out of nowhere. They don't even seem to notice you right now. Billy, what you doing? You got to step into the shadows, so no one knows where you are right now.
If I try to do something with the body of this guy that has maybe been knocked out, will I be out of the shadows, or can I do it from the shadows?
Hold, please. I'm trying to remember. Is Shadow Cloak the one where if people look directly at you, they can see you? No, that's not right. That's obfuscate. You can absolutely hide in the shadows and probably get away with something here. Again, most everyone in this room is very distracted.
I want to see, well, yeah. My idea is I would like to pull the body. I don't know if he ended up being knocked out, but I would like to pull his body into the first room where we met that first vampire.
Okay. Spectacular. That will be a little bit of a distance move. So I'm
Okay.
going to have you go ahead and roll your dex and stealth one more time for me.
Okay.
Let's make it strength and stealth. I apologize because you are carrying a human body. Gwen.
And then I can add my 2, right?
Yes, you may.
All right. I'm gonna start walking along the bar, and ideally, look, I don't know how this is laid out. What I want to do is go to the furthest part of the bar away from where this action is happening and appear and to the crowd or whatever and try to pull their attention to me and say, hello and welcome to the greatest magic show you'll ever see. And I would like to start doing magic tricks for the audience.
Are magic tricks something that Gwen is like?
Yes, it's one of my
about?
specialties.
I can't believe you, and I love it. It's perfect.
I'm losing my. Gwen is trying so
You guys,
hard to
okay,
say this.
This is the second character in as many weeks, I shit you not,
Oh yeah,
that has taken close-up magic as a specialty. I don't know what that says about my games, but I'm here for it. Yeah, go ahead and roll me your manipulation performance and add 2 dice to that pool.
Okay. Great.
I love it here.
I'm gonna spend a willpower because we just haven't done that. Austin, you can do. I'm gonna spend a willpower point to re-roll 3 of my black dice.
Can't be a hunger die, but yep,
Yeah.
willpower allows you to re-roll 3.
Okay, I got
Not
4
that Austin needs
successes.
it. 4 successes?
Yeah.
Great.
Since I didn't use a power or anything, can I have activated awe? Is it too late?
No, go ahead.
And awe.
Yeah, that'll make this wildly successful. So, you hear as Rain kind of says, look, man, you got one chance. We're going to talk about this. In typical Rain fashion. Like, you all have witnessed this before. Rain is probably the most, like, reasonable of the bunch here when it comes to diplomacy issues. And half a second later, like impossibly fast, you hear this chunk as the butt of Rain's what kind of sword is this? Is this like katana style? Is this like a broadsword?
Yes, this is the sword from 1998's Blade that I saw last
This
year.
is the blade sword. Okay, great. Wonderful. You hear as the butt of this katana comes down like square on the top of this dude's head. And as he goes to sort of slump to the side, unconscious, arms reach out from the shadows and grab him beneath the armpits. And to a casual observer, he's just gone.
That's horrifying. Imagine if you saw that. I would not be a witness. Like, they'd be like, what'd you see? Nothing. I saw literally nothing today.
It's
What do you-
convenient because no one did see anything. Right as this is sort of like taking place, this moment of just disappearing this man, a booming sort of voice rings out from the direction of the bar, and Gwen stands in all of this pageantry before this crowd, flicking cards from one hand to the other. Everyone clearly entranced by it. I mean, even the other 3 of you sort of go, dang, that's really cool. Despite the absolute peril you happen to be in the middle of right now.
They've 100% seen this before too.
Oh yeah.
Like unendingly at home practicing doing shows for you.
Domingo, with your gun sort of trained on this stairwell, you feel the presence. You sort of, a breeze wafts past you through the darkness. You get the sense that it's probably Billy moving around back there, because now Gwen is out in the open for everyone to see. And you kind of turn quickly to glance in that direction. And there's one person who isn't paying attention to what's going on out on the floor. It's the amphetamine user who came over to meet Billy. And he's standing, eyes wide, mouth agape, just staring at Rain and the spot where this man's body was just moments ago.
Uh-oh.
What would you all like to do in this moment?
I don't know any of that, right? I see the magic show.
You see the magic show. You see the body disappear.
Yeah.
You probably know what that's about.
Yeah.
But you're actually too close to the amphetamine guy for you to really clock the fact that he isn't paying attention.
There's still the footsteps coming down, though, right?
Yep, there are still the footsteps coming down.
I think I take the Gwen saving me once again from a room full of people knowing what's going on, probably, to just like I just leave the room. Because I know Gwen can't keep up the distraction forever. I just leave the room.
Oh, I've got hours of content.
Is Gwen become
what else is there to do with eternity?
Oh my god, does Gwen become a Twitch streamer? 30 years going.
I hate everything about that. Every last piece of that is terrible and very World of Darkness.
How does all work with Twitch streaming? I think it could be very successful.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Yeah, except I've got Ghost in the Machine, just always never in front of camera.
So good.
At least that way you don't have to pay for like a VTuber or anything. Like it's all built in. What room are you going to? Are you headed back to your new friend at Samitsi, or are you checking out one of the other rooms? What's the goal here?
My goal is to not be in the room because if I leave, do I like see the body drifting through the shadows into that room, or
you can't see it because of the way that Billy has sort of carved a path through the shadows.
Totally.
Keep in mind, you're below decks. It's after dark. Like,
yeah,
there's mood lighting. It's very sparse.
I think I would just go. I would leave. I would stop at Domingo and be like, we'll regroup in a minute. And I just go out and I try and go to a door that I don't think I hear anything behind, and I'll go in.
Okay.
Because I know there's people coming down. There's not like a door that says bathroom, right?
No.
Because I would just go in there. So I'm just trying to not be in the hallway.
Go in the ocean. It's what everyone else does.
I'm trying to not be in the hallway, and the only option is to be in a door. So
great, perfect. We'll resolve that in just a second. Billy, you're taking the body into the Samitsi room.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Is she still in there?
She is still in there, and very disappointed at the moment. She doesn't have a plaything, so
I got a little treat.
For me.
This one happens to be a very special treat. I believe the name is, they go by Hunter.
Oh.
There seems to be more coming down the stairs, but do with this one as you wish.
Wonderful. And if you drop the body, she'll kind of grab it by the collar and swing it up through the air in an arc on top of the other corpse that's already there.
Tried helping him. Listen, man, help me help you.
And Billy, she wastes no time. You see her raise a hand. It looks as though an elaborate silver filigree glove has been put on her hand. Each digit ending in what you assume to be razor sharp knives, which she raises, moves her hand around so that they catch what little light there is in here, just a tad, and gleam, before sinking it directly into the stomach of this unconscious agent.
And then I just like to slink out and hide in the shadows in the main room where the magic
little
shows.
hallway. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Domingo, you hear the door. And all the footsteps stop for a second. They sort of shuffle for a minute, but you hear a clinking noise as if someone is trying to turn one of those the port locks, the porthole locks. And you just hear that motion over and over again, as if the door itself is stuck.
And did I clock that that one drug user was the only one to notice that?
You were the only one to actually see him.
Okay.
So, yes.
Question. I did activate toughness this scene. Can I also activate mesmerize, or is it only one power per scene?
I think you can do two, as long as it's on a separate combat turn. I have no issue with that.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and realize that they're not immediately coming through here. And I'm going to go ahead and, get up, go over to that person as everyone's enjoying the show. And I'm going to look them dead in the eyes and say to them to, whoever comes through that door, fight them, as hard and fast as you can. And yeah, now hopefully I have the stuff to do this because.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you compelling a group of 10 just people to?
No, just
fight?
one. The only witness. I'm going to have.
The amphetamine user that's here.
No one's gonna believe because he's high. Okay.
Go ahead and roll me your manipulation and dominate.
Okay.
You're really lucky his intelligence is not super high.
Which is on acid, and it's even stronger because you Okay, let's see. That is 1, 2. Okay, good. Good and bad. I got a crit, so that's 4 successes, and then another one, so that's 5. But one of the 10s was my hunger die, so it's a messy critical. I don't know how you want to.
I love this.
What does that mean?
So, in Vampire, when you have a messy critical, you succeed in taking the action that you were trying to take, but a little bit too much of the beast is put into your motions. You just get a little too vampire-y. So actually, you know what? D'Angelo, I want you to tell me how the beast comes through, breaks through, while you're mesmerizing this poor dude.
Oh boy. All right. So he's gonna look over to this person, and then he's gonna completely become extremely dominant, where he's just gonna slink off the bullet that falls from his chest, essentially, and all kind of stuff. And he's gonna, with one hand, grab him by the back of his head and lift him up a little bit, and so he maintains eye contact. And he's gonna tell him with full dominance that whoever comes through that door, you're gonna fight them. Do you understand me? And then and he just lets him go and drops to the floor a little bit. Yeah. Hopefully they're in the back in a shady corner that no one else notices, but
you had him sort of held up, and he nods as much as he can, little bits of his mullet sort of flapping as he nods in agreement of what you're asking him to do, as his body just crashes to the ground. We're gonna see what it was that Rain found in just a second, but Gwen, you've got a great show going on right now. People are starting to put $5s on the bar.
Damn, I would love to pull up a beautiful lady from the audience as a volunteer on the bar with me. And I'm doing all sorts of tricks, finding roses behind, in sleeves and all these things. But I will always have her positioned somewhat in front of me.
Well, let's see how this works.
If I can.
Roll me your charisma.
Okay. Can I do persuasion, perhaps? Or is this
Sure.
for something else? Okay.
Oh, 4 dice.
3 successes.
You sort of pull the Howl from Howl's Moving Castle and lean down, extending your arm to this. She's waifish is the only way to describe her. This adorable blonde woman with curly hair, and you can tell just a really nice sundress. She isn't wearing a costume. She just dressed up for the booze cruise. And as she goes to reach for your hand, someone else grabs it.
Fucking who?
At the other end of the calloused palm that now rests within yours is Bernie.
Sanders? Or someone that we know?
No, that would be a Mitten. You know Bernie. You know him really well.
Yeah.
No, Bernie?
You owe Bernie a lot of money.
Oh, shit.
You know, the
Fucking
merchandise
Bernie.
that fell off the truck that you sold for him just...
Oh,
you never gave
hell.
him the cash. And he is staring you down now as he steps up onto the bar beside you.
Oh, what's up, Bernie? Everybody, Bernie!
Do we know Bernie, or is it something that would keep close to the chest?
You tell me, Gwen, would they know who you've jilted in the past?
Yeah, there's like a list on the fridge that's always like glued
do
there.
not serve, like a
Yeah.
restaurant or something.
Yeah, like don't open the door for these people.
Excellent. I love that. Bernie on the counter is just like he turns to the audience very briefly when they start clapping, but then turns back to you, and you can see his fists clench and his knuckles go white.
Well, Bernie, where do you come from? Tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
I come from Miami. You know that.
I don't know what Bernie's talking about. Maybe Bernie thinks I'm a psychic, but this is just good old-fashioned magic tricks.
Nah, you're not a psychic. You're a swindler is what you are.
I'm going to turn to the audience. Am I a swindler, ladies and gentlemen? And I want to make little like sparkles. I will use Shimmer Street. I'll fucking do a rouse check. I want sparkles to appear around me as I look at them.
Roll for anime.
Incredible.
I get hungrier, but this is worth it. Yeah, let me roll for anime. Here you go. Oh my god. Wait, I'm spending a willpower. No success. This is 2 successes. I didn't read. 2 successes.
You go to summon these sparkles to sort of like frame your face. And you kind of like pose for it, right? Because it's all about the pageantry.
It's a freeze frame, yeah.
And you see that the faces of the audience are very disbelieving. Clearly this man is wrong. He's mistaken you for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
But you see their eyes kind of grow just a little bit wider as the image that you summon isn't quite the sparkles you'd hoped for, but it's more just like fire that appears beside your head. And they look very concerned. Just as Bernie lunges at you to take you off the bar and presumably beat you senseless.
Yeah.
Rain. You can hear multiple commotions taking place out in the sort of open main area here where you stand back in the hallway, and you push open a door, and in front of you, in this dim space that looks like normally it might be an office or something. A cage. A large cast iron sort of welded cage. Inside of which a figure wearing a simple button-down shirt and jeans slumps, one hand handcuffed to the top of the cage, his wrist limp. You can see, even in the dim light, this body is hurt. It smells like decay in here. It smells like death. And you get the immediate sort of rush of this putrid stench before you. But the man inside of the cage looks a little bit like John Stamos.
God damn it.
He does not appear to be moving.
Okay.
Sorry, John Stamos. I know you'll never see this, but
John Stamos somewhere
Does he
right
look up
now.
and be like,
Oh,
"Have
he's
mercy"?
watching. He's watching.
Huge Vampire the Masquerade fan, John Stamos.
it's what Full House should have been about.
I just okay.
All in the family.
World of Darkness. If you need a new slogan, I'm just saying that one's pretty good. You should have Josephine.
I think they just need a new storyteller after this. If I'm being honest.
I'm having a great time. They better not. I'll find them. I go over to the cage. I just like kick behind the thing. If they don't rouse while I walk over.
You step into the room and take a few paces towards this cage, and you hear the gentle click of the door behind you. Don't move. Are you one of them?
You gotta be more specific than that.
You know exactly what I mean. If you're here for him,
okay.
What are you?
I am someone that wants everybody on this boat to get home safely from their booze cruise.
Turn around.
Okay. You said don't move. You're giving mixed signals. I just want to make sure. I'm
telling you to turn around.
Okay, I'm just ensuring that I'm... Hi.
Before you stands a woman, 5'7", perhaps. Slender, beautiful woman with defined cheek structure, and she looks like she could be a model, except that she's wearing like a lab coat, and her hair is sort of a dark bob, and she stares at you with a fierce intensity from gray eyes. Why come for him? This is my quarry. You can't have him.
Someone else is also mad at him. It seems like he's pissed off a lot of people.
She sort of pumps a shell into the shotgun that she's holding trained on you. I need him for my research.
Right. I don't know what that means, but I also got sent here. Are you like mad at him, or are you just like, we need to study him?
I need to know how he heals like this. This is a huge scientific boon. Don't you understand?
Oh.
And as you glance back at the body inside of this crate, this cage, you take note of the fact that it looks like one of Chastain's arms is gone.
Oh,
No, yeah, for sure. I just like, can we put the? I don't have. I put my stuff. I was like, I don't have a gun. I'm not. Could we not with the gun in the face?
So you are one of them then. You clearly know what he is. That's
No.
okay. I have another cage.
oh shit!
Okay. I am. I want to like out of way a gun and just like push her up against the wall and sleeper her with the gun.
Okay. Roll me strength and dex,
Absolutely.
and then roll me dex and athletics.
Okay, that's so. You asked me so many things. I can only do math so fast.
I know, I'm the worst.
Strength.
Strength and strength
dex.
and brawl, excuse me, not dex.
Oh, I think it's the same number. It is. Oh, okay. Strength from brawl. My hunger die is a success. I got a normal number, everybody. I think I got 4 successes and 1 fail.
That's very much very normal. That's about where the rest of us live most of the time. And roll me your dex and athletics.
Okay. Do my reflex thingies or fleetness or anything help with this?
Not in this exact case, I don't
Okay.
think, because she is actively training the gun on you.
No worries. I
and
just
knows
this
what
is me.
she's up against.
So you said dex and athletics?
Dex and athletics.
4. Okay. Okay, that's a 9. Okay, I have bad news. This is a not normal number again.
Remember,
No,
you've
it's
got
so-
willpower you can spend.
No, I got. So.
Oh, this
I
is
got,
a not normal number. Just kidding.
I got 5 successes and 1 fail. 1 is a 1. Is that like really bad? Like, should I use a willpower?
If you
No,
fail
is it-
your
is it on the
roll
hunger
and get a
die?
1, that's when it's a.
No, it's not on the hunger die.
Okay.
My hunger die was a success.
All right. You said 4?
5. Does the hunger
5.
die success count towards
Yeah.
the success?
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
It's part of that dice pool.
Oh, then I got 6.
Of course you did.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna jump right back to that in just a second. But for right now, I would really love for Gwen to roll me. Let's say, are you gonna fight back if he throws hands at you, or are you gonna do something else here?
Is this a human?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's just some dude. He's a big dude. Kind
Whatever
of a
you don't
scary
do,
looking.
I'll clean up. Don't worry.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. Okay. I would say I'm gonna, if you allow me, quickly go. That's all for me, folks. I'd like to jump behind the bar and activate unseen passage.
Oh my god.
So
Roll me-
dodging. I'm trying to,
Yeah,
get out
yeah.
of the way.
Go ahead and roll me your. Ooh, what is this? Roll me dex and athletics. We'll see if you can
Oh,
avoid
boy.
him tackling you. But I do like that that's all, folks, while you're going down. Like, that's perfect.
Okay. Oh man, this is not a good pool for me. That's 0 successes.
Okay.
Look, I can just fall off the bar too. It doesn't have to be.
Well, this was to see if you avoided getting kind of like dragged. Yeah, so
There.
Bernie gets his sort of like arm around your ankles as you go to hop off the bar. And so you fall a little less gracefully than you'd truthfully hoped. And just as he brings down a fist and it's about to make contact with the moneymaker, you sort of roll into the shadows.
Hell yeah.
And you hear him go, "What the fuck?" behind you. And then You hear two noises back to back. A firm ka-chunk of that lever finally giving way to the door on the upper deck. Seemingly opened. And the footsteps resume. And you all hear the blast of a shotgun.
Oh, shit. Okay.
At the end of the hall. Would you all go towards the noise or away from the noise is really the main question here.
That gunshot is presumably from the doors where we had been, where this had all taken place.
It's definitely not
ago.
in this big open space. It's absolutely where you came from, basically.
Right. Yeah, I would go towards it, especially if I'm unseen, because I'm worried about my friendos.
And I don't think you would know exactly which door Rain went into.
Yeah, then I'm gonna go there.
Okay.
I would throw hands with Bernie and then.
For you.
We'll say you can get in like one really good hit as you pass by him.
I want to drag him into another room and then feed on him. That's my intention.
All of us. So we gotta get a Domingo. Well, time to eat.
To be clear, Domingo, you are ignoring the gunshot. You're like, nah, I need a snack. Gotta give him a power bar before I continue.
Need a quick bar real quick.
My thought process is that with that messy critical, the Ventrue in him is really coming out, where he's all business now. Mm-hmm. And because one of his coterie got attacked by a known threat to, like, you know, and he's right here, I'm going to go ahead and not deal with him fully, because that's not my call. But I'm going to throw hands with it.
As I pass you, I'm just like, that's my boy.
So you want to drag him into a room and feed upon him.
Yep. I have,
roll me strength and brawl.
And I have stick up as a specialty. So
go ahead and add 2 dice to that dice pool.
This is chaotic.
I don't know if this is how combat and like those types of scenarios always go in Vampire the Masquerade. I have to assume not, but it feels like this is always how mine end up. So it might be something I'm doing wrong. So we'll see.
I'm always like this.
This is incredible.
I got 4 successes. If that did not succeed, I'll pop a willpower to re-roll the 3. That
you don't get to know if it succeeded or not. That's not how this works.
Okay, good. Sure. So that'll be 6 successes.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Against his 1. Tell me what happens.
Oh, well, everyone's distracted, probably like freaking out by the sound of a gunshot as a drink spill, and they're trying to, like, you know, clamor together. Mm-hmm. I hope my minion is like still like going towards the door and ready to, like, you know, whatever. As I go and walk with purpose to Bernie, maybe like fix up my jacket a little bit or clothes. And then I just like take him and then throw him into the room, into the exit of this room, and then drag him to like the next available room. Even the room where the fleshcraft is happening. Like, I don't really mind what she's doing, because I can always do it.
Yeah, we're gonna go back in that room because I want to talk to you guys about what's going on.
Dana's like, I got more messed up.
Look, I so rarely get to like describe all the icky parts, so I'm gonna lean into that really hard.
This is the real reason she went over lines and veils, is for this moment.
I was like, guys, what can I say that won't deeply offend you or make you think I'm a serial killer? You drag Bernie's big body. He's a big guy. Into this room, and sort of kind of like you do this arc and slap, so his back is up against the wall in front of you.
Would he have a lot of blood sugar? Like high blood sugar?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
The moment where it survives on like soda and fast food.
When I'm ready, when I'm seemingly safe from other eyes, I'm going to feed hard on him. Not kill him, but I'm going to feed hard.
Where? Do you bite him on the neck? Do you bite him on the arm?
I assume that he's like maybe reeling from the attack and trying to get me, but I just manhandle him and shove his face against the wall, and then like chomp down on his neck, and then not gonna kill, so I still have 1 hunger. But
your canines elongate as you go to sink your fangs into Bernie's neck. And out of the corner of your eye, you catch something terrible. Where once were two bodies stacked atop one another, you now catch sight of one that seems to have extra limbs, two mouths, and a gaping wound in its throat, letting out gurgling noises. And then you feed.
Is this okay?
No big deal.
Is that like a thing a player could do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's some weird Zamitzi shit. Man.
Those are words. You have such a big brain, Josephine. You just said so many words.
Such a big brain. The Samitsi are...
It's another clan.
The best and or worst clan in Vampire the Masquerade.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around like playing with that at the table. Like how do you
There are actually, as a quick sidebar before we get back to our real game, there are really cool applications for the Samitsi flesh crafting. I was talking to someone recently who their flesh crafter helped people with their sex reassignment surgeries.
Wow.
The whole thing.
That's cool.
So you can play it a lot of different ways. And you don't have to be super creepy and weird. I'm just creepy and weird. So.
No, listen, you're perfect and I love you.
It's the world of darkness.
I was just like, man, imagine that's like your like party, like your coterie. Like, what do you, how do you be like, I'm not evil? This is my friend.
You just are a little cautious around that player.
Yeah.
This is
like, don't turn your back or anything.
Yeah.
This is my friend.
War beast. Oh my god.
I mean, it works really well for intimidation. Like, listen, you can deal with me or you can deal with my friend. And I promise I am the better
talk to me.
I promise I'm the better option. I'm helping you. Did I get shot?
Wonderful. Okay. D'Angelo, you get to feed on Bernie. As
after
you
I'm done with that, it's back to business. Sorry.
You're fine. Are you draining him completely? You're not, right?
No, I'm just
getting a snack.
Yep.
Okay. You sink your fangs into his neck, and it's a familiar sensation for all of you. This sort of tense millisecond followed by an immediate relaxing of your victim. Bernie sort of lets out a ragged sigh as you begin to feed Domingo. Meanwhile, Gwen and Billy, you approach the door that you know Rain is behind, and that you think you just heard a shotgun shot come out of. Behind you, back towards the main open area, you now hear footsteps descending the stairs, boots on those sort of metal steps. And immediately you start hearing pistol rounds firing. But you stand outside of this door. What do you do?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna go in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm still on scene, so are you invisible?
Are you still in the shadows, Billy?
Yes, I'm in the shadows.
Talking. Are you there?
No,
Oh, sorry.
Above, are you invisible right now? Can I see you?
I'm in the shadows.
You're in the shadows? Okay, so then, fuck.
Can I sneak in through the shadow? Or will opening
You're
the
still
door?
gonna have to open the door. You're not like a ghost.
Wait, can I stealthily open the door and sneak in?
You can try.
In Naruto, he can. So I think this.
This is as I'm deliberating whether I should open the door or not.
You sort of see this like a hand made of darkness almost sort of reach out and begin to just gently push on the door. So
is this just my stealth?
It's your stealth and your dex.
Okay. So if I roll a 10, is that 2 or is it just when I roll 2
You
tens?
have to roll 2 tens.
Okay.
to get the 4 successes. Otherwise, it's still a success, but just not.
3 successes.
Okay. Inside this room.
Oh, sweet. It's not locked. I was like, what if this door is just locked and we're just like...
The door slowly opens. And inside, it's a small space. And you can tell there is someone immediately on the other side of that doorway facing away from you. But what you can make out is the edge of the cage. You can see a figure that's inside. And then you can see Rain, who currently has a hole in their thigh that is smoking from some sort of corrosive substance. The sort of shrapnel from that fire, the shotgun shell, some of it hit the bars too, and the bars are actually starting to sizzle and bubble with corrosion. Rain, you will take 2 superficial damage from a
Is
thermite
that
shotgun
different
shell.
than real damage?
So in Vampire, there are 2 different types of damage. There's superficial damage, which is like a paper cut or a bruise. It's something that you're going to see heal. And as a vampire, you're going to see it heal very quickly. You can actually heal from scene to scene as a vampire, which is really nice.
Yeah, gunshots are like paper cuts for us.
Yeah. It just, it's like stubbing your toe. It happens.
Gotcha.
There's also aggravated damage, which is not so simply remedied. Aggravated damage is something like losing an arm.
Oh, okay.
Having part of your body removed or disemboweled or something like that.
Yeah, even hit by a car or something is like...
Yeah.
It's just
and
so
fire.
Inconvenient.
Vampires
Set
do
on
not
fire.
like fire.
Okay. So do I mark health down, or is it like you're fine?
When you do that, because this is superficial damage and not aggravated damage, you'll simply do a slash on the first 2 squares on your marker. And you'll continue to mark that superficial damage as we go along as slashes. Once you've completely filled up that health track with your superficial slashes, then it becomes aggravated damage.
Okay.
Once you fill up that track with aggravated damage, you go into torpor.
Okay.
Which is like being dead. Honestly, there's really not a good way to tell the difference.
So you said I can heal scene to scene. How do I... Never mind. I'll worry about that in the new scene because there's a scene I got hurt in, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Please continue.
That's what you see as you push open the door here.
Am I stealthy?
Stealthy enough that it doesn't seem like she's noticed you yet, but you cannot push this door all the way open without running it into her.
Oh. Okay, but if we can see inside... Oh, you go ahead.
No, you go. I want to do something.
Well, yeah, I want to see.
Okay, I want to see how.
Yeah, do the cool thing, Harley.
She's really close to the door.
Yeah.
Can I grab? I want to as my hand goes through the opening. I want to grab her arm and do Touch of Oblivion.
Okay.
I don't.
On me?
How do I do a no? I want to use.
On Dr. Dahlia.
Look, I was a double agent.
That's her name, Dr. Dahlia.
Dr. Dahlia Dior.
Oh my God! Can we romance her?
She's really pretty. So Dr. Dahlia Dior was the fan made hunter character that was part of a contest Renegade ran. So she's included in this chronicle.
Oh, fun.
And if you kill her, I'll be sad because her backstory is pretty amazing. Honestly.
I'm not going to kill her.
You're just gonna scare the crap out of her and make sure she never lives another happy day in her life. No problem.
Humans are really squishy.
I don't know how to do. What's a rouse check?
So a rouse check is where you roll that hunger die to activate your ability and see if you get hungrier.
I failed, so I get one.
So hungrier. You get just a little bit hungrier.
And then I roll for that.
So you include as many hunger dice as you are hungry.
Okay,
each
yeah.
roll.
So you'll include 2 hunger dice on your next roll. Thank you. Sorry, I was somewhere else completely in my brain.
Okay, it just says cost 1 rouse check, so that's
Oh,
it.
there's no.
Yeah. But what do you want to do with it? Because Touch of Oblivion does a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I want to break all the bones in her arm. I want to break her, like,
Jesus.
totally break her arm. Yeah. So she can't use the gun.
I just want to break all her bones.
Yeah.
I just want to break all of her bones.
well.
Like a scary little touch, and then it's like shatter.
Yeah, literally just like out of the shadows.
Oh man.
Okay. You sort of wrap your shadow into the room. And Rain, you have a really good view of this. And it's probably not something you've seen too much of. This sort of this shadow sort of slithers around the woman before you's arm. And all of a sudden you see it contract in one violent motion. And you can hear the crunching noise of things breaking. She screams, pulls the gun back, and fires wide. And she says, "Get them," to nothing in particular, until you start to hear growling in the corner of the room. And into a path of moonlight steps a wild dog, trained on the entrance to this room and whatever lays beyond it.
Sorry.
No, Rain, you get to take the first action here.
It's just a dog. It appears to be just a dog.
It appears to be just a dog.
Feral corgi.
But you would know that there are folks who hunt the supernatural who are very, very gifted with animals.
Yeah. I like the doctor. I mean, we really could have just talked. It sounds like we both want this guy, but okay. I will go try to dispatch this dog.
Okay. How?
Probably with a knife.
Damn.
Quick and clean?
Yeah, like I don't even know if I go. I think it's like I try to throw, like, dog skulls are not thick or big. I try to throw a knife at this dog from across the room, kind of thing.
Boy, you're doing the blade thing. Roll me your dex and melee, excuse me. Meanwhile, out in the hallway, Billy, you've successfully broken every bone in Dr. Dior's arm and are now getting stalked by a dog.
Wait 1 second. Do I know Gwen is behind me?
I don't think you do. I think you guys are just like.
Well, I'm sorry. If I don't know, I'm going to go in and shut the door, probably.
Wait. No, I saw the shadow hand. I'm going to whisper, "Great day to be unseen."
Okay, then I'm like, come on. I like hold the door open like long enough for you to, if you want to come in.
Yeah, I'll slip in.
And then I shut the
there was
door.
a third voice being like, right? I was like,
It's so great to be visible. Yeah, I know.
Billy, I need you to roll me your strength and athletics real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not a big dice pool for you. No, it's not.
Willpower. I can use that.
You can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
how
you can only re-roll one of them though,
That's
because
fine.
2 of them are hunger dice.
Well, okay. Well, then it probably wouldn't matter anyway. Then. Yeah. No successes here.
Great. So what this looks like For you, Domingo, as you take your first few steps down the hallway, sort of cleaning up after that meal.
I take his wallet, by the way.
Of course you do. And you also hear all the pistol firing from behind you, and you get the sense that your minion done good. You see Domingo in front of you at the end of this hallway. The door swings open just a little bit, and something dark snakes its way into the room. You hear a shriek, and the door slams shut.
Oh boy. Would I know that Billy has these abilities? Like, does it seem like
You've seen Billy do a lot of creepy shit with shadows. So
Okay.
I leave that up to you.
And do I hear like a female screaming essentially?
Yeah.
Well, at least there's two of my coterie in there because I wouldn't know that Gwen's there. I guess what I'll do is I'll head down the hall to the people shooting the pistol fire to deal with the
additional reinforcements.
Yeah,
Great.
exactly.
You turn and head back out into the open area where now there is an all-out firefight going on. Most of the civilians, most of the folks who were just there to friggin' have a few drinks on a booze cruise, you guys, they just wanted to get drunk on a boat. A few of them are like, how long does your sign stay up?
It was just brief.
It was momentary.
Yes.
Okay. A few of them are like trying to find you. It's sort of like glancing about and looking for wherever it is that you went. And sort of crouched back behind the bar, hiding. Some of them have just sort of like gone into the fetal position and are covering their head to try and avoid getting in anyone's way. And your little buddy, who you gave a command to, yes, your little buddy. He's got one of the high top tables on its side and is crouched down behind it, firing at the staircase as troop after troop after troop in this head to toe black tactical gear.
Oh shit!
With a small a small emblem on their chest that sort of looks like an F and an L, as they all just sort of head down one after another, and are kind of like, it's like a bottleneck situation. So for every one or two that steps down one stair, one of them will get shot, and the bodies are just sort of piling up there as they come to take aim at the mortal who's firing upon them.
Okay,
that is the seed that you walk into.
I definitely want to flank by, if they're distracted with like my minion dude, I want to find like a hole in the wall or whatever to take cover behind, and then just open fire and like on these people in this tactical gear to try to. And how many would you say there are? If it's like 17, then I'm out. Like,
I mean, it's not that many.
Yeah.
It's probably closer to 10 or a dozen,
10.
perhaps.
I was like, these are Floridians. Do they all have guns? And they're just like, yeah.
No, they all have alligators and a meth
there you
problem.
go.
You are able to sort of like, you can hide underneath those stairs if you want. So you can be completely unseen by them, but still have a very large tactical advantage if you wanted to kind of
Actually, I think I retract that. So is there another way to get to the deck or is the stairwell that they're coming down the only way up?
Oh, that would be a huge fire hazard. Yes, there are other ways out.
Other ways? Okay. Then I retract my statement. Seeing that, I will go ahead and head to the door, assuming that my allies are there, and open it and then try to, like, inform them, essentially, that, like, you know,
You're
we
heading
have
towards
problems.
the door at the end of the hallway where you think everybody's inside?
Yeah.
Okay. Just, for clarity. Billy and Gwen, the door just sort of slammed in your faces as Dr. Dior has been wounded pretty badly and sort of collapsed against the door in anguish. Rain, from where you're standing, she fired wide and then dropped the shotgun, so she doesn't have it in her hands anymore.
Were we able to slip in, or did she slam the door?
You're still outside.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. I got an 8, by the way.
Remind me what you were trying to do here.
I was throwing a knife.
That's
at the
right.
dog.
You were taking care of her companion.
Yeah.
In true Rain fashion, and very expeditely, you dispatch the dog that had been threatening you all in this darkened, dreary space. It collapses to the ground, and much like the owner sitting before you, sort of just rocks in anguish.
You know, I really hate when y'all use animals and stuff. It's not their fault, but then you make it into a weapon, and that's kind of fucked up.
She was just protecting me.
I literally walked in here, tried to talk to me, and you shot me, so this is like all on you. Like, this is all your fault. You know that, right?
Right when you say this is all your fault, you see her sort of reach into the breast pocket of her lab coat, and she pulls out a small vial that she immediately downs in front of you.
Did the bones in her arm all break?
Yep.
Man.
I don't know what that is, and I'm not going to wait to find out. Rain is going to take her sword and stab her through the heart. She will kill in self-defense, and she's over this. This is like, this lady's not going to talk to me, so.
I would like you to roll me, this is going to be a strange one. I would like you to roll me dexterity.
Okay.
And celerity.
Okay.
To see how quickly you can do this.
Maybe the fleshcraft can like mend her wounds.
Maybe the fleshcraft is the friends we made along the way.
Just turn her into a vampire.
True.
Funny you say that.
Oh.
Is that right? 6, 7.
What the?
What? You know you're not rolling a d20, right? Like I'm just
yeah.
At first I got 9. I thought it was 10 at first. All of them were successes, and I got a crit, and it wasn't on my hunger dice.
As you pull your sword and begin to move forward with this motion, you're fast, which means you notice things fast. And as you lunge, you hear bones beginning to set themselves and tendons reattaching in sort of a flesh, in sort of a, God, Harley, in sort of a squelching noise. I'm going to use our favorite term. And as she sort of extends the arm that had been recently broken, your blade pierces her chest and slides between her ribs, piercing all the way through her heart. Before she's had enough time to fully metabolize the vitae that she just drank and heal completely.
Damn.
I would like, if I may, that the sword, let Billy and Gwen see the sword come out through the door before it retracts.
I am perfectly fine with that. Gwen and Billy, you all just kind of had this door slammed in your face, and you take a moment to try and look at each other because you're both cloaked in shadow right now. And you turn back around, and like some scene out of Kill Bill, this blade just comes piercing through between the two of you. Yeah, that's that.
Looks like that's taken care of. I'm gonna just slowly just like open the door. If there's a body behind it, I'll just push it open.
Yeah.
And I think
I know Rain's taking care of this.
I think that this is probably where Domingo joins the circus, and kind of like the three of you together step over the threshold into this room and see the cage and the woman and Rain just standing there with a really kind of a badass wound going on right now, honestly.
I would like to pull out. Fuck, I don't. This is me having a mental breakdown right now about what phone's capabilities were in
They can
what are you
text and call,
trying to
text
do,
and
and then
call,
we'll
text
figure
and
it out.
call, text
Can
and
I-
call.
But you got to do the thing where you press the button like 9 times to get to the
Yeah.
number or the letter that you want.
Yeah,
I can't take a photo and send it, can I?
absolutely not. Not 1999.
No.
That's Razor phones in like 2 more years.
Yeah.
Okay,
like maybe
all right.
if you had a
Well-
BlackBerry, because they were super advanced compared to
pager,
everything else
yeah.
that, yeah.
I definitely
Pager won't
have
do
a
it.
BlackBerry anyway. I'll pull it out and I'm gonna just can I text Cutright? I'm gonna text Cutright and be like, hey, we got him.
You could if you
I'm-
had signal on a boat.
God damn it.
I'm not. I don't know what she's like or what Gwen's doing. So I'm gonna go over. Domingo goes straight over when he sees Chastain, because he assumes that that's the person and just like rips its head off to be able to
Whoa,
take it
wait.
as like evidence.
Wait, I don't. What?
It's alive.
No.
They said alive.
No.
Wait.
We were told alive.
No,
Oh,
no,
bring
that's
it
what you
alive.
said. That's what's happening. That's what we're doing.
I'm rolling
But we're all
straight,
going,
I'm rolling.
no.
And
Roll me your strength and brawl.
Do I see this happening? Can I like dex it? Like, I don't have very high dex, but can I try?
While walking over, I'm like, I'll just tell her like we gotta go. There's people in tactical gear here. As like, I assume that automatic rifles are firing at this point. It's not just
Oh
pistols.
yeah, you guys hear
Yeah.
a shit ton of gunfire.
You can't swim. I say as you
It
walk
does-
past me.
I won't
You can
drown.
all try
It
and
doesn't-
stop him. By rolling me your dex and athletics, let's see if you can kind of close the distance and get in front of him. But I will remind you guys that Domingo has celerity that he gets to add on to this roll should he so
Thank
choose.
you. Okay. So I got 5, 6, 7. I got 7, and then and it was a crit, so 2 10s. One of the 10s was my hunger die, so it's like a messy critical.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did everybody else do?
You said it was Dex and Athletics? If
Dex
you
and
wanted to try?
athletics. Yep.
I got 2.
Could I also add celerity? I'm not looking at the screen if you're shaking your head.
I'm
feel like-
deciding right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm putting
I
my
think
foot on his
so.
chest.
I
and
think
just
you get
2 hands on
to.
his head.
Okay.
But
I just-
you're going to take a 1 dice penalty because you're hurt right now, if only
will-
because this is a small space and you're bound to bump into something. And
I will do that. 1 dice penalty. That one, how did that happen? It was like stacked on top of the other one? Do you want me to count that or
Austin's a
reroll?
dice wizard. What the
Do
hell?
you want me to count that or reroll the one that was like on top
Just
of the
on-
other?
just
Was
thing?
it a
unstack
success
it.
or a failure?
It was a success.
I want you to
but-
re-roll it.
It's
You
like, oh, it's
guys
a 10
should have
now.
seen that coming. Come
I
on.
know, I was like, just unstack it. This is wild. Either way, I have thought about our exit.
I get worried when it takes him this long to count.
I'm just bad at math. I
Okay.
got. Okay, so it's 8. I got 2 10s. One of the 10s was a hunger dice, but the other
As
one
well,
wasn't.
another messy critical. Fucking love this.
And they were all 6 and above?
Not all of them. I got
Because
I
the
have
success
2
is 6 and above. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the other hunger dice was a success, but not a 10. But one was a 10, and then I have second 10.
Okay. So you had 8 successes total.
Yes, I didn't
I had
hear
s-
what. the
I had
answer
7. Yeah.
Okay.
Half of?
Domingo reaches through the bars of this cage and grabs Chastain by the hair. And you see him go to put his back into a pulling motion. Rain, how would you stop Domingo? You know what he's trying to do right now. How would you stop him?
I think it's very much a like I try to get my body in between the bars and Domingo and just like jujitsu, like throw Domingo, like grab the wrist, push on the shoulder, use the body weight he momentarily was using, and just like flip him around and look him in the face. Alive. They said alive.
He'll just look back and be like, we don't have time for alive. Like, do you hear that?
All right. Yeah. Let's get out of here. One of y'all handle is the cage.
Is it conveniently on wheels?
It is not on wheels. That would be way too easy.
On wheels and in a carrying case.
Yeah.
Can I open the bars?
There's like a latch closure, and it does have a lock on it.
Can y'all check her body real quick? And
it's a combination lock. It's not.
Oh, it's a combination
it's not like a key lock.
Oh, can I somehow still lockpick it?
If someone wants to try,
I have a specialty. I have a specialty in lockpicking.
Yeah,
but I mean, you can still listen to it. But as a reminder, part of the cage was corroding, right?
Oh, and y'all can probably
not
honestly,
enough to like.
Okay.
Y'all are strong, aren't you? I'm saying this because I don't have strength, but y'all could probably just bend these bars.
I could try if we can't do lockpicking.
I mean, I can try and lockpick it too.
I love how your first thought was to go for the head, not pull the bars apart.
Everyone roll me wits and awareness.
Under duress, people do wild things.
Unaware. Okay. What just happened to my character?
4.
What about you, Austin?
Sorry. It was trying to ask me if I wanted to e-sign my character sheet. What's an awareness?
Yeah.
What's this?
Do you, out of curiosity, want to sign your character?
Can you tell me? My character sheet is a white screen. What is my awareness?
Your awareness is 3.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will not roll.
I mean, it's 1. It's -5.
It's a normal number. Okay. I got 3.
Okay.
See, we're fine.
Billy, Domingo, and Rain, you're all sort of focusing your attention on this cage and Chastain and murder and, everything that just happened. Gwen is the only one who takes note of the fact that the gunfire has stopped.
Okay, either that's really good news or really bad news, but there's no sound coming from out there right now. None of the pew pews.
Heightened senses. Is there no sound?
Yeah, there's no gunfire.
Do I hear the combat boots on the floor walking?
Yeah. Let's go. Get Domingo. Do the thing.
That's 3, and then strength and athletics.
And
sure.
Okay.
And Rain, could you punch a hole in the side of this boat so we can just walk into the river with this guy?
Domingo can't swim.
It doesn't matter. We don't breathe, Rain. We don't breathe.
Well, is it? I mean, I know, but
let's walk along the bottom of the river. All right.
Okay.
I don't want to swim. I don't want anyone to see me right now.
Okay.
Just like Fezzik, you just sort of wrench these bars apart. Chastain's body is still limp, but you notice his head start to sort of loll, and a low groan comes out of his throat. He's in really bad shape. Besides missing an arm, you can see that portions of his flesh have been melted away, burned away. There are all kinds of things that have happened here.
Can you carry him? Drag him? Whatever. We gotta go.
No, go for it.
As I retrieve my knife, and then is there like a porthole window or anything down here?
Sure.
Are we so low that we see water, or are we above the water still?
You're above the water line.
Okay, cool. I would like to use the porthole as a starting point, as a weak point, because the glass will be weaker than whatever the wall's made out of, to just like punch a hole and like try and like punch a hole and make sure it's wide enough for everyone to get through.
Okay.
So it looks more like a big window versus there's a hole in the side of this boat.
Okay. Roll me strength and brawl.
Absolutely.
Domingo's going for the body. You all know that there are folks on their way. Billy, what would you like to do?
With my foot, I'll definitely point to the shotgun and be like, that might come in handy.
And are there any tables or stuff in here?
There's a desk. This is clearly an office on like a normal day.
Can also, while they're doing that, can I push a desk against the door?
Sure. While you're doing that, go ahead and roll me wits and investigation.
How does willpower work?
You can cross off a willpower to re-roll 3 of your regular dice, not your hunger dice.
I shall do that.
That's 0 successes.
You're like being pushed away from the desk.
Billy?
She's for sure dead.
Oh yeah, super dead.
Okay. Super dead. Okay. I guess I would like to look over at the desk as well, see if I can find any.
You just see me like fucking falling.
I'm mostly looking at if there's any research. She said research.
Slipping on the blood.
Yeah.
So if I can grab papers or something, even though we're about to jump in the ocean.
If you want to roll me wits and investigation as well. How'd you do, Austin?
I got 5, and 1 fail was my hunger dice.
Okay.
Two
successes. Okay. Rain, you go to punch out this porthole. And perhaps it's the circumstances. Perhaps it's the fact that you actually got hurt for a change. It doesn't usually happen that way. Perhaps it's the fact that you guys were sent to do this stupid mission that clearly Cutright should have taken care of himself. But when you go to loose this glass, some of the beast pushes its way to the surface here. How does that show up? What does that look like?
I think it is canines extend like unsheathed daggers.
You sort of grit your teeth, and as your gums pull back, razor sharp canines sort of, you can see them grow as you punch this glass, sending a spider web of a shatter pattern out along it. It is loose enough now that you could just push it through and work the hole bigger from there.
I will be working on that then.
Okay. Roll me one more strength and brawl. For Gwen and Billy, the two of you go to move the desk and kind of take note of the papers that are on it. And you can see there are lots of things here, clearly long-term research plans that Dr. Dahlia had in place. There's a framed photo of a beautiful redheaded woman and the woman you all just killed.
Sorry.
Standing on a bridge, embracing one another, both wearing bridal gowns.
That's sweet.
The files that are sitting here are scattered. There are some from South Africa. There are some that are clearly from a different research facility that have a lot of redacted information, a lot of blackout bars there. But the most recent notes that sit on top are handwritten notes on a steno pad in a loopy script that talk about a subject able to heal incredibly fast. And what would it mean for the scientific community if that could be harnessed for good? It goes through and sort of documents the timing and severity of wounds that have been inflicted upon this subject. And some of what's noted here is excruciatingly brutal. The notes in front of you make mention of the fact that sedation techniques don't seem to work on this particular subject. So he was alive and awake the entire time. It documents things like the removal of muscle tissue, certain, lobotomy-like procedures. There are lots of things that you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy, clearly documented here, and a stack of Polaroids beside it for visual aids. All of them are of Chastain.
We should probably get rid of these, Masquerade and all.
As you have that moment where you sort of realize what's been going on in this room, Domingo reaches forward for Chastain's prostrate body, and Chastain lunges. His eyes go wide, sort of glazed over, and clearly not in his right mind. He lunges, ripping what remains of the wrist tissue where he remains handcuffed to this cage, and sinks his teeth into your collarbone, Domingo. I would love it if you would roll me your strength and athletics to either push him off or take some other action against him.
Wait, you're muted.
Would he be bloodbound to me by drinking my blood? Or
you don't know that he wants to drink your blood right now? That's actually not the feeling that you're getting.
Strength,
but yes, if he did, yes.
Okay, perfect.
Maybe, right? You still get to resist. Wait, do you get to resist?
He still gets to resist.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes.
Okay.
This is good.
With 7 successes.
When she pushed her hair back, I knew it was going to be bad.
I want you to see my face. Tell Cersei it was me. He kind of pulls an elbow up, now missing one arm completely, but still having most of the other. He pins you against the collapsed corpse of Dr. Dior, and starts ripping at your shoulder for 2 aggravated damage.
Can I grab the shotgun and shoot him?
Now
I know it's not going to do anything. It's just I want to bother him. I want to get his attention.
Yeah, now you can.
What do I roll? Do I roll
Dex
something?
and firearms.
Oh, well, I'm not very good at this, but...
I mean, it's a shotgun, so it's significantly easier to hit people.
Are there any wooden chairs in this room?
Alive, punches, never mind.
Oh, 3.
There is a chair, but it was behind the desk, so it's on the completely opposite side of the room from you right now.
If I am wounded, can get away, I'll definitely break the chair and then make a stake to just stake this dude.
Okay.
Hoping he doesn't have stake bait.
And we won't stop you from killing him this time.
Billy, where are you aiming here? Are you going for the headshot? Are you just trying to distract him? What is the goal?
I'm trying to get him off of Domingo, so maybe where his arm is ripped off, kind of at that spot where it's aggravated.
Okay.
That's where I'm gonna.
Most of his body is aggravated right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot at him. I'm just gonna shoot at him. So
you pull the trigger and loose this ammunition. And the minute it comes into contact with, it hits him kind of like right in the ribs. The minute it comes into contact with his skin.
Oh, shit. I forgot.
It emits a bright flame light. And you see him wheel away from Domingo's body, away from you, towards the opposite side of the room. Unfortunately, 3 successes was not enough to completely avoid Domingo in the process. So, Domingo, you're going to catch just a little bit of this thermite ammunition as well. And you'll have kind of this scorched area sort of on your shoulder blade where Chastain had been above you.
Is it superficial or aggravated?
That's one more aggravated damage, yeah.
Okay.
But there is a wooden door in this room.
That's the door to the room, correct?
Or not a door, chair. Excuse me.
Also, I got a 6 on making a hole. I don't know.
It's
nice.
It's right at this time that like you all hear this big ka-chunk noise as more of what are boats made of? Fiberglass? As this huge piece of fiberglass just sort of like falls out and makes this splash into the surrounding waters. Rain standing there, breathing a little bit heavily, mostly for the sake of appearance, fangs still slightly elongated.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna clock what Domingo's doing. You know, understanding. We've done this. We're on the same wavelength.
My notes says dead or alive, so if we take him back dead, we still win. Just
look, staked is great. Staked is paralyzed. Basically, it wouldn't kill him unless for some reason he has that bane. We'll see. Staked.
He just took
great.
4 aggravated damage though, so like that's not great.
he could enter torpor if we put him to full aggravated. I take out my gun.
Anyway, you're right. Yeah. I am going to use Shimmerstry one last time. This is the only way I know how to help. I'm going to do a rouse check. I passed, which is great. And I would like to I would like to create a little show before Chastain's eyes, and perhaps it's a little like romance soap opera playing before his eyes of like 2 lovers reunited on a beach, and then like someone coming in at the last minute like, that's my sister, and like a little anyway, there's a TV that appears in front of him to distract him.
He's not in his right mind, so it's going to automatically succeed.
Oh, dope.
In tricking him.
Okay, do you want to do a sort of... So if he fails, he loses his next active action, too.
Okay. Yeah. What you'll see is sort of like... I don't know. To the rest of you, it would kind of look like just this little projection box in front of his face. And he'll look confused for a minute, kind of backing up against the wall. And then he'll lean forward and just sort of hiss at this tiny moving picture.
Can I would like to do something.
What's that?
I have this sword. I want to take his other arm to try and get him to it's nap time.
Okay. Yeah, and he should have a 2 dice penalty at this point.
I want to take that severed arm and beat him with it.
I am like, we need to be fast. We need to leave. So I want to like, my plan is to hopefully get this arm off and throw him in the water and hope that he is unconscious so we can leave.
I'm just
That's
saying,
one plan. We've got. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, it's just I hope he at least enjoyed the show.
So I'm walking over like, we don't have time for this shit.
Wonderful. Billy and Domingo, what would the 2 of you like to do in this moment?
Well, I mean, I can make it really easy for everybody. I could just shoot him again. You would, you don't have to chop any more arms off. Anyways, I want to shoot him again, I think. And I also want to take the papers.
Okay.
Yeah, good call.
So,
go ahead and roll me your dex and firearms. Domingo, what would you like to do?
Okay, so this is probably a bad question, but like, how is the whole hunter situation? Have they come to the door at all, or does it sound like they're nearby or anything like that?
Roll me wits and awareness.
I'm changing out my dice. I'm nervous for this one.
You can do it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Whatever. It's one of them. That is 3 successes.
Successes? Okay. Oh, well. So, Domingo, you can hear the footsteps outside in the hallway, and they're louder than they were before. It's very clear that whoever is out there will be in here momentarily.
And the door,
or at least at the door. Right now, there's a desk pushed up against it. So,
is it like a water sealed door with any sort of like locking compartment on it, or is it just a normal like turn door?
This is a little less fancy than that because of the way that this yacht is set up. It's actually more like just a typical office style door. The only difference being that it's sort of ovular in shape.
Okay. He's gonna hold the desk sort of like there against the door and to buy as much time as possible for his coterie to get out, to get the goods and get out.
As soon as your palms meet the wood of that desk, you feel the push of someone on the other side. And what happens next? As Gwen projects this show for Chastain, Billy trains the shotgun and shoots once more. Well, Rain's blade slices through the air, claiming Chastain's other arm. He's hissing at the both of you as the shotgun, the therabite, embeds itself in his sternum and begins to just sort of ripple out in burns. And his body goes perfectly stiff, mouth agape. The door begins to rattle as more and more bodies begin pushing against it. What do you do?
Dive out the window.
I pick up our friend in Nap Nap. Let's go.
It's like you're holding a mannequin. Like he's that stiff.
Like I pick him up and I'm like, Domingo, Billy, let's go.
Yeah.
I also want to grab the picture of the
woman.
And then I'm gonna like shove it in my pockets and jump out the window.
You kind of grab that and then the armful of documents that had been sitting on the desk. Do you try and take everything? Because that would be a lot of papers, but
just what I can see.
Okay.
So
Domingo, you're still holding the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till all 3 get out, and then I'll go ahead and use rapid reflexes or something, and then get out.
You feel the hinges on the door and the stability of the desk itself begin to give way with the force that's being exerted against it. And even you, in your infinite strength, start to falter, holding this back. It could be because you're injured. It could be that there's just too many of them. And you turn on a heel to fling yourself out behind your coterie mates, realizing that you can't swim and that this will in fact be a challenge for you. The door pushes open all of 6 inches and bullets begin spraying through the air around you.
I twilight speed up.
And you do. Your motion is so fast that you can almost see the bullets to avoid them as you sail through the air and down to safety beneath the water. The four of you, I guess the five of you, including Chastain, splash into this area just outside of the Miami harbor. It's not super deep. It's not really swimming waters, and make your way slowly back to shore. You find an area that's uninhabited to sort of make your entrance on. One of the stony beaches where the waves are rough and not many people go. And the four of you stand there staring down at Chastain's beaten, armless body. And you know now, not only does Stanley owe you a favor, but Angelica does too. And Le Deuxième d'Essai now owns some territory in Miami.
Yeah.
That's where we'll zoom out and leave our coterie.
Woo! We did it seamlessly.
Perfectly.
Flawlessly.
Yeah,
Effortlessly.
no problems.
Listen,
Domingo has trauma from the water.
when making a magic show and Domingo making some guy fire on a bunch of dudes really saved the night, because now it's just a normal Florida evening.
The funny thing is, that's what the news reports the next day.
Absolutely.
They report a shootout on a booze cruise. A man in a drug-addled rage up against private security. They don't mention that the men in tactical gear look to be, government agents of some kind. There was notes about the magic show, about how it was impromptu, unplanned, and not really a part of the entertainment that was bought for the evening. But alas, it gave guests some nice reprieve before all the chaos ensued. Wonderful.
Send them an invoice.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll send an invoice later.
Inside Bernie's wallet, you find a tidy stack of crisp $100 bills, most of which are real, as well as several dates and times and different delivery locations around town. So Domingo and Gwen, you get the sense that you now have a new business opportunity to pursue.
Nice.
I want his license for his address, so that way.
Boy, he's already dead for all you know. Spectacular, guys. Before we go, first of all, thank everybody for coming out and for watching this show. I love Vampire the Masquerade. I love having a bunch of new people at the table, and I'm so excited that you were able to join us for this part 2 of High Stakes, our Vampire the Masquerade Month of Darkness vampire story. I've been your storyteller this evening. My name is Diana D'Amico. You can find me on Twitter at D'Amico Diana. I don't have a lot of other stuff going on right now, but make sure you follow these wonderful people. And let's hear what they're up to. So once again, we'll start with Harley tonight.
Hi, my name is Harley Kane, and you can find me everywhere on the internet at Harley Hero. And I am a cosplayer, streamer. I do TTRPG player. I do all sorts of weird and interesting things. So follow me on social media.
Weird and interesting equals Harley. That's all you need to know. D'Angelo.
Hey everyone, my name is D'Angelo Murillo. I am a writer, game designer, and you can find me on social media at @that_D'Angelo. It was wonderful to play tonight, and I loved every bit of it.
Amazing. Austin?
Hi, my name is Austin Taylor. My pronouns are he, they, she. I just played Rainbrooks. His pronouns are she, they. You can find me, Austin, though in the real world, on Twitter at Sales Constance, at Sailor SCT Austin. I'm a game designer, performer, player, writer, and friend. I messed up there a little bit, but we saved it in the end.
Perfection.
Josephine?
Thanks, Austin. I'm Josephine McAdam. I'm an actor. You can find me at JCVIM everywhere, making weird little characters like this one whenever I can. That's it. I don't have anything else. I'm terrible at these.
That's not true.
Watching.
Josephine, you have all kinds of cool shit going on. Make sure you follow all of these people because they're all working on incredible projects right now, and you would be super sad if you missed them. Also, go check out what's going on over at Renegade's website for the month of darkness. There's some really cool deals going on right now, and what a good time to just tell a vampire story or a hunter story. You know, just go do it. Go all out. Spooky season. Thank you guys so much for joining us once more. We'll probably be back with more World of Darkness stories in the future. But until then, stay safe and have fun. Bye, guys.